Met Police 2, Winchester City 1. You let me know a couple of weeks ago that a consistent run of form was what you were looking for on your side. That's now 3 wins on the bounce, the first time this season. Got too pleased with that?
Yeah, do you know what? I think we look at some of the heights we've reached recently, and I think in contrast and in hindsight, today was never going to be pretty. You look at the conditions. You've got blustery, horrible conditions. You've got it pouring with rain most of the game in each team's faces. And I thought, for the first half an hour we acquitted ourselves really well when it was maybe a bit calmer with the weather, and then second half just became one of those halves where we're against the wind. We're a little bit, becomes a little bit more of a difficult game. And I think there's defining moments in the game. I think the worldie that they score right on half time actually changes the complexion of it. And obviously Hurston's penalty miss is a big moment in the game, because if you put that away, then you probably see the game out quite comfortably, and it doesn't become the spectacle that it came in the end. But I've just said to Hurston there, and I've got to be fair with it. He scores a great free kick today. We expect that from him, and and he tucks his penalties away normally. So it didn't happen today. It happens, and it then becomes the rest of the boys to get round that and go, okay, do you know what? We've got to roll up our sleeves another 5-10%. It's not going to be the comfortable end to the game that maybe it would have been. And now we have to roll up our sleeves and see it out for the last sort of 15 minutes. And we did that largely. They're going to throw everything at you. It's very similar to last week in that respect. But no, I'm delighted with the game, because I'm delighted with the win. Third one's always the most difficult to get, and we've done it.
I thought it was quite a scrappy affair today, with a lot of fouls on the pitch. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it never got flowing, did it? Never got flowing at all. I have to be honest. I thought the ref had a difficult time today. It's a difficult game to manage, and there were a lot of fouls. It was stop-start all the time. I know I've won the game, and you often have a different perspective, but I didn't think he deserved the stick that he was getting at the end there. It's a difficult game to manage, but they looked like they came to spoil it a little bit, and it had quite some effect, to be honest. But we've got through it. And we move on to the next one.
And in terms of transfer news, 2 days ago we saw the departure of Archie Taylor to Hartley Whitney. I'm sure you must thank Archie for his commitment to the club, going from youth team football to first team football. Yeah,
I spoke to Archie. I spoke to Archie Thursday night, and then I spoke to him again on Friday morning. So yeah, of course you wish him all the best. He's a great lad, and a talented future ahead of him. But he just felt that his development was required elsewhere. And it wasn't my decision, it was his decision. Let's get that straight first of all. So for me, I look at it and think, all we can really do is wish him all the best as he moves forward, and I'll look at it with anticipation, hopefully Arch can go and fulfil what he wants to fulfil at Hartley Whitney. But done really well. Was making the hardest transition in football. I've said this before. Moving from youth team football to first team football, and he's started 12 games this season. He started more games for us than he's actually been sub. Is the record. So realistically, he's done very well. He's done well, and hopefully he can keep making that jump.
And next week you're back here again as we host Plymouth Parkway here in Becourt. Your thoughts ahead of that one?
That's a massively difficult game. I've said this a number of times this season, and with teams that I know they haven't played today, and they've got to catch up. They're playing catch up a bit, but I think they're a team that's certainly in the relegation as it stands at the minute. But by no means are they equipped to be at that end of the table. If anything, I had good things about them in the summer. If anything, you'd expect them to be challenging some, up the top end. So I still think they might have their sights on that. Yes, they've got to play catch up. It's a massively tough game. Let's get that straight. So to anybody that looks at the league table and thinks, do you know what, that could be a possible banker, sadly mistaken. We are going to have to work very, very hard this week in training. Good working week to go forward and try and get something from Plymouth.